and we'll keep you updated on this battle as long as we have to. So we've learned a lot in the past couple of weeks during this crisis. One thing we've learned is that America is dangerously dependent on Chinese manufacturing. We've also learned about China's sinister intentions toward the United States. The Chinese government lied to cover up the spread of coronavirus earlier this year. When it became a pandemic, they blamed it on the United States. They said we created it. Chinese leadership then threatened to kill large numbers of Americans by withholding life-saving medicine from our population. That behavior is criminal. China's a massive threat to the United States. No one can deny that now. So how are some in Congress responding to all of this? Well, some are working to reward the Chinese. At this very moment, Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina is pressuring the White House to respond to this epidemic by passing out residency documents to rich Chinese, nearly all of whom, by definition, have ties to our enemies in the Chinese government. This is actually happening right now. Something called an EB-5 permanent resident visa is available to foreign nationals who start businesses here that employ at least 10 people. The current investment threshold for this is $900,000. Now, at the moment, most of these EB-5 visas go to Chinese nationals in order to finance real estate projects in our cities, one of the reasons housing costs are so high. According to congressional investigators, fraud and criminal activity are rampant in the program. Often it's little more than a money laundering scheme. A few people get rich by selling a path to citizenship for Chinese nationals and their children. In fact, the program is so rotten that last year, Democrats and Republicans actually came together to reform it, to make it more restrictive. Consider that. Democrats making it harder for foreigners to get citizenship. But they did, because the program is that corrupt. But Senator Graham loves it. He's trying to use the current national crisis to roll back reforms to the EB-5 visa program. He'd like to increase the number of visas to $75,000 a year. That's a jump of more than 7 times the current number. He'd also like to lower the investment requirement to just $450,000. How could anyone be for that, and why is he for this? And for God's sakes, why is he pushing it at the very moment the threat we face from China has never been clearer or more imminent? Presumably he's getting paid by donors to do it. We don't know, just to guess, but that's usually how it works in Washington. But it only works if nobody notices it's happening, if it's done in secret. Let's hope a lot of people notice now. Selling American citizenship to Chinese oligarchs isn't the way to preserve America's economy and protect our most vulnerable. But what is? Well, the administration and Republicans in the Congress are considering many options tonight, including cash handouts to